detected. Tag designated.
This is UNSC Pelican Echo 216. Can you hear me? This is UNS.
What the fuck was that damage, my guy? Oh!
Oh boy, this video took me forever. Welcome to my Tirpitz guide, fellow captains. Do you want to be legendary but you feel like doing nothing? The Tirpitz is just for you, my friend. She is very famous for, as Winston Churchill liked to refer her, being a monster on the seas. She had 8 38cm guns as main armaments and 12 15cm secondary guns. That already looks scary on a well-armored ship, but on top of that she was armed with torpedo armaments as well. Her anti-air was upgraded many times during the war, counting every modification. She gained more than 2,000 tons, making her heavier than the Bismarck herself. Her very existence was scary for the British. That is why she was constantly attacked, mostly by bombing squads. I am pretty sure the people of England must have been triggered, since the outcome of those attacks was most of the time absolutely nothing, or just damage that can be repaired. In 1943, alongside with Scharnhorst, they bombarded the enemy positions in Spitzberg. This was the only time during the entire war that she used her main guns during an offensive role, because nobody dared to even go close to her. A formidable opponent if you ask me. In the game her stats are almost identical to her sisters. But don't forget the Bismarck has the skills of a flagship, while the Tirpitz is mostly about just dealing damage and being very good at performing well even alone. Unfortunately she's only tier 3, but I would say still a very good pick. Her anti-air is a little bit low, but her HP pool, firepower and her skill makes her a good ship to go with. Time to check the skills. The first one matches with her history. As long as she is the only battleship in the fleet, her firepower is being increased by 30%. This is a double-edged sword. You have to make the decision. Do you want a backline that has more than one BB? But then you lose one of your skills. But on the other side she deals more damage this way. This you have to decide yourself. There is one case however, if you put her next to Bismarck her skill gets cancelled, but Bismarck activates her own skill, which buffs Tirpitz's firepower by 40%, eliminating your weakness. The next skill is basically about spamming torpedoes every 15 seconds. They deal a reasonable amount of damage, around 1000 each. If you plan to use her with other battleships I recommend you to focus on this skill first. But if you have the intention from the beginning to use her mostly as a lone, just focus on the solo skill. As for the gears, for main gun I recommend high explosives. The best options are the award-winning triple 406mm Mk6. As a high-end alternative you can try the prototype gun. This gun comes maybe the closest to the Mk6. You would think the more firepower the gold guns gives you more damage, but if you look the actual damage formula you will see that more damage is overall better. This purple gun wins over pretty much every gold gun in the game, if you are not looking for a barrage focused gun that is. For secondary, the classic triple 155mm for one hit kills. Or the twin 127mm for a fast reload alternative if you are expecting a lots of company. Since the anti-air on this ship is kinda weak, if you wish to buff it as much as possible, use the twin 40mm Bofus. The Octuple 40mm is a good option if you don't have the Bofus gun. For auxiliary, the recommended loadout is going for firepower and accuracy like every other BB. Instead of super heavy shell, we will take the white shell, since it gives you accuracy as well and just a little bit lower firepower than the heavy one. As for the other slot, we will take the SG radar for more accuracy. If you don't want the SG radar, you can use the super heavy shell instead. This pretty much sums up the gear part of the guide. As for where to get her, she is event limited. You can either try your luck and roll the lottery building ships, or grind 8,000 coins for her. All in all, the event made sure you are guaranteed to get her either from Gacha or the event shop. Let's just sit there together waiting for the new episode of Azur, in hope of seeing her next to Bismarck. Totally not expecting scenes like this with them. Well then, have a good day.